Hello students, in this video we will be learning about light and particularly about reflection at a spherical mirror. So what is a spherical mirror? A spherical mirror is made up of a sphere. And what do you mean by sphere? How does a sphere look like? A sphere looks like a football. Suppose this is a football. So how a spherical mirror can be formed? A spherical mirror is the reflecting surface. So suppose this is spherical, this is a sphere. You take a part of it. You take a part of it, not full sphere. You take a part of this sphere. A spherical mirror is the reflecting surface made by silvering a piece of glass. This sphere is made up of glass. This sphere is made up of glass. And you have taken part of this sphere, not full sphere, which was made by silvering a piece of glass. What do you mean by silvering a piece of glass? That means one side has to get polished. And you will be polishing it with the help of either copper or mercury or silver. So here it is particularly mentioned silvering. Silvering means you are polishing with silver. So it does not mean that you can't polish with any other like copper or mercury. But it's better you will be getting good reflection with the help of silver. That's why this silvering term is being used. So a spherical mirror is the reflecting surface made by silvering a piece of glass, which is part of regular hollow sphere. What do you mean by hollow? Hollow means inside it is empty. Inside it is empty, nothing is there. That is called hollow. This is a sphere. I told you right now how does a sphere look like? A sphere looks like a tennis ball or football. Inside it is hollow. It is made up of glass. You have taken a part of it, not full. So suppose you have made from this sphere, you have made two spherical mirror. This is one part of a spherical mirror. This is another part of a spherical mirror. So you have made two spherical mirror. So a spherical mirror is the reflecting surface made by silvering a piece of glass. So how you will be polishing? Which side you will be polishing? This is the bulging side. In this mirror, this spherical mirror, there are two parts. This is the bulging side. Bulging side means fula hua, utha hua. This is the bulging side and this is hollow side. This is the hollow side. Suppose in this there are two mirrors. We are taking example of two mirrors. So I am making this one, this side. In this case, bulging side you polish. I am polishing it in the bulging side with the help of silver. Or in this case, I am polishing it in the hollow side. In the hollow side I am polishing. If you are polishing in the bulging side, reflection happens in the hollow side. Reflection happens in the hollow side. When this mirror looks like this, it is like a cave. Light is entering the cave. So this mirror is called concave mirror. Concave mirror. Concave, specifically if you will be saying concave, spherical mirror, this one, because reflection is happening in the hollow part and it looks like a cave. In this case, you have silvered, you have polished in the hollow side and reflection is happening in the bulging side. When this type of mirror you will be finding, this is nothing but convex mirror. This is nothing but convex mirror. So You have come to know about spherical mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. So what is concave mirror? Concave mirror is such a type of spherical mirror where polishing has been done in the bulging side and reflection is happening in the hollow side. Whereas convex mirror is a spherical mirror where polishing or silvering has been done in the hollow side and reflection is happening in the bulging side. So I hope you have understood up to this. So now we will be moving towards learning about some more thing about spherical mirror. So if this is a spherical mirror and polishing has been done in the bulging side, so this is what? This is a concave mirror. First, I need to know what is the center of curvature. Center of curvature. This is the center of curvature. Center of curvature is that part of the center. Center of curvature is the center of the sphere. Center of curvature is the center of the sphere of which this spherical mirror is part of. Once again, I am making you understand. Center of curvature is the center of sphere of which this spherical mirror is part of. This spherical mirror is part of this sphere. So whatever be the center of this sphere, that is the center of curvature of this spherical mirror. So now you have come to know this is center of curvature. It is denoted by C. Now what is radius of curvature? The distance from the center, as you know, while doing circle, you have come to know that from center to the circumference, the line which touches, that is called radius. The same thing applies here. The distance from center to the circumference of this spherical mirror, that is radius. This is radius of curvature. 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 The distance from the center to the circumference to the surface of this spherical mirror, that is radius. So there can be infinite number of radius. Now what is pole? You will be asking, you will be saying, sir, you are telling everything outside this spherical mirror. Tell me something about a point which is on this spherical mirror. See, if you look at this figure, this is a spherical mirror. The midpoint of, you have to measure it, the midpoint of this spherical mirror is pole. The midpoint of this spherical mirror is pole. This is the center of curvature. The distance from the center to the circumference is radius. This is the pole. Now you have to know about principal axis. Principal axis is a line which is coming from infinity and going up to infinity and touching the center and the pole. A line which is coming from infinity, touching center and pole and moving towards infinity. This line is nothing but principal axis. Principal axis. So what you have come to know? You have come to know about the center. What is center of curvature? Center of curvature is the center of the sphere of which this spherical mirror is a part. What is radius? The distance from center to the surface of this spherical mirror, that is radius. What is pole? The midpoint of this spherical mirror is pole. What is principal axis? Principal axis is a imaginary line which is coming from infinity and going up to infinity, and on the way it is touching center of the curvature and pole. I hope you have understood up to this part. Now I'll be making you understand how light reflects on a spherical mirror. To understand about that, you have to know, you have to learn about laws of reflection. So first I am making you understand laws of reflection. Then I will be making you understand how this reflection takes place on a spherical mirror. Suppose this is a ray. This is a light ray which is coming. So the light ray which is coming towards you is incident ray. This is incident ray. If light is coming, it has to go back so that this law of reflection takes place. So there has to be three things in this: incident ray, reflected ray, the light ray which is going back, that is called reflected ray, and one more thing, that is called incident. What is that? Normal, sorry. That is called normal. So normal is nothing but 90 degree perpendicular. So you need to find out normal. This is the normal one. This is normal. Suppose this is the surface. This is the surface. This is the mirror. This is the plane mirror. This is the plane mirror. A light is falling at this point on plane mirror. So you have to draw a normal. Normal means you have to draw a perpendicular 90 degree. So where from you will be measuring the angle? This from normal you need to measure the angle. From normal you need to measure the angle. So this angle is angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. So with the help of protractor, find out what is the length of this. What is the measurement of this angle? So the angle, that angle is called angle of incidence. You keep that protractor opposite to this normal and find out reflected ray. Reflected ray, the light rays which is going back, that is called reflected ray. And this measurement is called angle of reflection. This measurement is called angle of reflection. So what you have come to know about from this? Incident ray, normal and reflected ray are at the same point. Incident ray, normal and the reflected ray are at the same point. This is the first law of reflection. And what is the second law of reflection? Angle of incidence must be equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence must be equal to angle of reflection. So these are the two laws of reflection which we need to follow. I hope you have understood laws of reflection. So now this laws of reflection I will be applying while finding out reflection of light on a spherical mirror. So let's see what happens. And before doing that, one more thing you need to know. So I am rubbing this part. Suppose this is a circle and this is the center of the circle. what is tangent? Tangent is a straight line which is touching the circumference of the circle once. Once it will be touching. So this line is tangent. This line is a tangent. So if you draw a line from the center to the tangent, this line will be making normal. This line will be perpendicular on this tangent. This line is perpendicular on this tangent. That means it is making 90 degree. Both the side it has to be 90 degree because a straight line is 180 degree. So this is 90 degree and 90 degree. That means from center a line which is touching tangent is dividing that tangent into two equal parts. Two equal parts means two equal angles, two equal angles, and that is what? 90 degree and 90 degree perpendicular. So these two things will be applying for deriving reflection. So let's see what we can do. This is a spherical mirror. This is center. This is pole. And this is what? This is principal axis. This is principal axis. Suppose this is a source of light. From this source of light, a light ray is falling on this part of the spherical mirror. So this is what? This is incident ray. This is incident ray. So what I told you, you have to follow laws of reflection. So for laws of reflection, what are the three things you need to know? Incident ray, normal, and reflected ray. So you have found out incident ray. What about normal and reflected ray? So first you have to draw a normal. So how you will be drawing a normal? Right now I made you understand, if this is the point where a tangent is touching. So what is normal? From center you have to draw a line, that is normal. So this is the point where this light ray is falling on it. So you need to draw a normal. So at this point, suppose this is what? This is tangent. So at this point, what is the normal? So what did I do? From center I have drawn a straight line touching that point. So same things you apply. From center you draw a line touching that point. So this is what? This is normal. This is normal. After that, what did I say? I said keep a protector on this. This is the mid part of that protector. Keep the mid part at this one and find out what is the angle of this one. Keep like this. Keep that protector like this and find out what is the measurement of this angle. Then turn this protector this side, opposite to this normal, and find out the same measurement which you have found out here. So suppose this is the measurement you have found out. So this is what? Angle of incidence, and this is angle of reflection. So in this way you have found out where that light rays which is coming towards this spherical mirror will be reflecting, where it will be moving. So this is the point where it is moving. So through this you have come to know how you will be finding out reflected ray. I hope you have understood up to this. Once again, if you have not understood, once again I am making you understand in brief. Suppose this is a light ray, so that is incident ray. So from center you need to draw a line to make normal. With the help of protector, find out what is the measurement of this angle, turn that protector opposite to this normal, and again find out the measurement and draw a line. The line which you will be drawing, that is reflected ray. That is reflected ray. So this is angle of incidence and this is angle of reflection. Angle of incidence must be equal to angle of reflection. I hope you have understood up to this. So if you are having any problem, kindly let me know. After this, you need to know about focus and focal length. You need to know about focus and focal length. Once again, this is a concave mirror. This is center of curvature. This is pole. And this is what? This is principal axis. Principal axis is a imaginary line which is coming from infinity and going up to infinity, touching the center of curvature and pole. If a light ray is parallel to this, so I made you understand how to find out the reflected ray. So this is incident ray. The line, I am trying to make you understand about focus and focal length. So these are the 4 light rays parallel to principal axis. So this is incident ray, this is also incident ray and incident ray. So how you will be finding out normal? I have made you understand. From center you need to touch the point. So this is what? Normal. This is normal. So I am trying to make you understand what is normal. This is the normal for this ray. And what about this ray? From center, same thing. From center, this is the normal. For this case, this is the normal. And for this is the normal. So this is incident ray and this is normal. This is incident ray, this is normal. So now you have come to know about incident ray and normal. How you will be finding out reflected ray? With the help of protector, find out the measurement of this angle of incidence, turn that protector opposite side and find out the measurement of this angle which you have found out right now to this side and draw a line. Suppose you have drawn a line and this line is falling up on this. So with the help of this one also, so what did you have found out? Incident ray, you know, normal, you have drawn the line, and with the help of incident ray and normal, you have found out reflected ray of this ray. The same thing you apply for this. This line is incident ray and this is what? Normal. And with the help of that, you found out reflected ray. This is what? Incident ray. This is normal which you have drawn. Opposite to this normal, you need to draw reflected ray. So reflected ray will be at this point. Same thing apply on this. Incident ray, this is normal. With the help of protector, find out what? Measurement of angle of incidence. Turn that protector opposite side and find out the reflected ray. This is the reflected ray which you have found out. So what you have come to know, what you have noticed, at this point all the reflected ray are pointing. All the reflected ray are pointing at this point. So this point is called focus. This point is nothing but focus. So what is a beam of rays parallel to principal axis these are the beam of rays. Beam of rays means what? Group of rays parallel to principal axis of after reflection converge to a point. In case of concave mirror or appears to diverge. In case of convex mirror, that point is called focus. See, I'm making you understand. A beam of rays. See, these are the groups of rays which is coming towards this spherical mirror, and these beam of rays are parallel to principal axis. These beam of rays, I have shown you 4 beam of rays. So these beam of rays are parallel. Parallel means which are making equal distances throughout. So I am not good in art, so my drawing is very poor, so I could not draw it properly. It's not a straight line, but you assume it, this is a straight line and these are parallel to each other. So a beam of rays parallel to each other and parallel to principal axis, they converge at a point. This is a concave mirror. This is a concave mirror. Or in case of convex mirror, if it is coming from this side, so what will happen? So it will be going back. So you will be assuming that it is diverging from this point. It is being assumed that it is diverging from this point, but it is not happening. It is not happening in that way. It appears, it looks like that it is diverging from this point. So this point, the point which looks like that is focus. In case of concave mirror, it is converging, it is coming, and in case of convex mirror, it appears, it is not happening exactly, it appears, ऐसा महसूस होता है कि it is diverging, it is moving away. From here, what you are finding, that it is moving away. So the point from which it looks like that point is called focus. That point is called focus. And what is focal length? Focal length, the distance from focus to the pole is called focal length. The distance from the focus to the pole is called focal length. Once again, I am making you understand. A beam of rays which is parallel to the principal axis, a beam of rays which is parallel to the principal axis, this is principal axis. Beam of rays which is parallel to the principal axis, this is concave mirror and this is convex mirror, which is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, converge to a point. After reflection, converge to a point in case of concave mirror. After reflection, appears to be diverge from a particular point in case of convex mirror. So that point, those points are called focus. And the distance from focus to principal axis or sorry, pole. Focus to pole is called focal length, and that is denoted by small f. This is pole. The distance from focus to pole is called focal length. I hope you have understood up to this. So in my next video, I'll be making you understand about different aspect of reflection from spherical mirror. Thank you.